Hi everybody. Oh, look at my hair. So I am on Spectacle Island. There's the Boston City skyline in the background, and I'm just, I thought this would be a nice place to do one of these from. Yeah, I wanted to talk about how different this breakup has been from the breakups that I've had in the past. In the past, right now, I would still be waking up in the morning and having that sinking feeling, that sinking feeling you get when you're like, you wake up, you're half awake and you're like, oh, everything's fine. And then like, it just all comes rushing back to you. And you're like, oh no, I'm not fine. And I'm terrible. And my life is a mess and la, 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 right? And it's just that sinking feeling of having your heart just broken every morning when you wake up. And that's a hard one to deal with, right? And then it's like it stays that way throughout the day. Well, it used to. I bet my makeup's I can't see myself in the live, but I bet my makeup's like all melty all over my face. Great, that's gonna be great. I'm gonna be really happy about that, huh? I'm gonna ask my housemate about that because there's people coming anyway. Amy, Amy, is my makeup all melted? Does it look terrible?
No.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm okay. Apparently I'm all right. So that's how I used to be. Like my heart would just be down and I would be constantly, in my head, it would be constant thinking about that person and thinking about the breakup and thinking about what I could do to fix it and thinking about how I could have done things differently and what if I had done this, what if I didn't that? Are they thinking about me? What do they feel about me now? Like it would just be a barrage of thoughts solely about the breakup, and it would make me miserable, and I would stay that way for years, honestly. After a breakup, it's not healthy. My last breakup before this one, I spiraled out. That was bad, but this breakup is really different. Number one, like we were really in love, and that was a different reason. So I'm not feeling rejected and I'm not feeling less, you know what I mean? If anything, I'm feeling more because of the circumstances and how much we care about each other and how difficult it was to actually break up and stuff like that. But the point I'm trying to make is at this point, I'm not thinking about it every moment. You know what I mean? Like back then, I didn't realize I could choose not to think about it. And it was just like, okay, I'm going to think about the one thing that is sad in my life over and over again. Like the one thing I'm unhappy with, the one thing that's bad about my life. Well, not the one thing. Yeah, no, it wasn't one thing. but the one thing that's making me saddest. It was like I just chose to constantly think about that thing. And torture myself with it over and over again because I thought that's what I deserved. For so many reasons, and that's a different conversation we can go into sometime. But I really thought that I deserved to be tortured. I deserved to be punished because, whatever. There's so many reasons I thought I deserved to be punished. But now I realize that I can choose whether or not I think about it all the time. And of course I still think about it, and it still hurts. I mean, I'm not saying that I'm over it. I'm not saying that at all. It still makes me sad. It still hurts my soul. It still breaks my heart. But it's not omnipresent on my mind. Whenever it crosses my mind, makes me sad. And sometimes I sit with it. But most of the time I focus, I allow it. Like, of course, this is natural. I'm going to feel this way because I've lost something, and this is grief. This is loss. And you know what's something I found too? This was really interesting. Was at the very beginning, not the very beginning. It's still holds true. In the grieving process, there's denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, right? And originally, the original model of that thought that those were the stages that you go through and you're done. But really, it's like you go through them again and again and again. And one of the things that helped me this time was like denial. At first I was like, no, that was one of the things that I did with past breakups was I would force myself to think of it all because I'm trying to get through it all at once, but that made it so much worse. Like, okay, no, just think about all the things that are wrong so you can get that feeling, you can realize it, you can accept it, and then you can move on. But that's not how it works. What happens is denial comes in, and denial is your friend. Except like in other, in some cases, no, when it's misused or misplaced. But denial actually slows down the grief process and allows you to process and deal with the emotions that you're having, right? Like, so you get that emotion of heartbreak and just like, I can't go on and blah, blah, blah. But then denial comes in and you get relief from it. And it allows you, it does slow the process, but it doesn't, it actually speeds it up, because if you're trying to feel it all at once, it lasts forever. And that's not how human emotions work, right? So it's about the it's a pretty butterfly. I love butterflies. So yeah, that's not what it's about. It's about processing the emotions and allowing yourself to feel them. It's so important, allowing yourself to feel them. Like, this is natural, and of course I'm going to feel this way. But life still has to be lived. You know what I mean? Like, life still has to go. I have to get ahead in life. I have to move forward. And that's something that I never felt I deserved either, which is why I didn't move forward. I just didn't think I deserved a life, a good life. And that became a problem for me. But so now those thoughts come, those emotions come, I allow them to be there, but I switch my focus to something else. Like today, we came to Spectacle Island, me and my housemate, and we're having a really fun time and whatever, but in the back of my mind constantly I was thinking, oh, I wish he was here, not here, but like, I wish I'd done this with E. I wish we'd gone out here and done this, and we would have had so much fun. We had all the other times that we've gone to so many different places together. We had so much fun and blah, blah, blah. Like, we always had a good time. We never fought. Like, really, it's ridiculous. We had moments where it was like, we have to talk, but it was like, there was never like a snippety snap kind of thing. If I ever snapped, I apologized right away. You know what I mean? It's just, he's not a snapper. But if I was ever like, because sometimes you get like that, I would apologize. And, he realized it's just, anyway, see, this is what you do. You start going down the rabbit hole and you go, wait a second, I'm going down the rabbit hole. I'm going to focus on something else, because there's no reason to go down that hole, because all it does is make me feel bad, right? It doesn't solve a problem. It doesn't make anything. I don't learn from it. All it does is make me feel bad. You know what I mean? And in the future, I'm sure there are moments, that I think of that we had so much fun, and it's not like, oh, I don't feel sad about it. I feel really happy. It makes me laugh, and I smile, and I enjoy those memories, and that's really fun. But there's still, it's tinged with sadness, because I know that that's not going to happen again. But again, like, I've given myself something to look forward to. I have a very clear picture of what I want my future to be, and I have concrete steps to get there, and that's what I'm focusing on now. So that's what I wanted to share with you. Like, and I can choose whether or not to think. When those thoughts come, it's like, okay, yes, but I'm going to concentrate on the book that I'm writing right now. Or, okay, yes, but I'm going to go do a Facebook Live about this and then move on. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm getting so old. Anyway, that's another issue that I have to I'll face that issue soon. I'm dealing with other stuff right now. We'll go and let go of my feelings about aging at another time. Maybe not. Maybe I'll work on it. I'm probably going to work on it. All right, so that's what I wanted to say, and these are important lessons to learn. Lessons that, have come in useful already, with the thing with my mother and the stroke, rather than ruminating on it and obsessing over it and worrying about it and panicking about it. I do what I need to do to handle it. I make sure my mom's all right, and then I don't think about it, because that doesn't serve me. It doesn't serve me, and it's not, and I'm not disrespecting that thing by not thinking about it, because that's what I thought too, is that if I'm not thinking about the breakup, if I'm not thinking about the person and how bad it is that we're not together, it was like that I don't love the person enough or something like that. But that's not the case. Hey, Andre. Thanks for tuning in. So, but that's not the case, right? You know what I mean? Like, it's not disrespectful. It's actually more respectful to the relationship to allow it to heal me and allow the grieving process to not only heal me, but also show me the way to react to difficult situations in the future. Like I said, like my mom, I'm able to focus on other things. And sure, it worries me when it comes up in my head, and I allow it to be there. Thanks, Andre. And I allow it to be there. But look at where I am. It's beautiful here, right? So on Spectacle Island, I'm just going to go allow myself to be cool with everything. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. How I used to react, how I'm reacting now, and how much better it feels. So you guys think about that. Anyway, I'm just gonna wrap up now and just remind you that, you know, there's always something to be grateful for in every challenge, every obstacle that comes your way. There's something to be learned. There's something to be learned in every difficulty, and you can be grateful for that. So I'm going to remind you guys always that you can always choose to have a grateful day.